Time to find out what the hottest sports cards of the week are. I'm Coach Go. Welcome to Sports Cards Pro, where we are going to discuss what the top trending sports cards of the week are based on sales volume data from the Sports Cards Pro app. Before we get this party bumping, we're going to go into our tools feature and then click sales volume data. But I need to mention the fact that we are going to feature some premium features on this channel today, one of which is sales volume data. For just $6 a month, you get access to this feature and many other features. However, just for subscribing, just for hitting that like button on a regular basis, just for hitting that notification bell, you get access to what we're talking about today absolutely for free. So why not? All righty, team. So we got basketball first, and the 2022 Panini Chronicles is very high on this list. It's kind of crazy, actually. This has sold in mass quantities over the last 7 days, 105 of them to be exact, outpacing every other player on this list. Now, I don't want to talk too much about a hobby box because I do want to dive into that at a later date. We are going to jump into an actual card though, because that's what this channel is all about. And I want to feature some of these cool cards on the list. So we got a Michael Jordan card that we haven't talked about yet. This is his 1990 hoops. 38 of them have sold. It's a gorgeous photo over here. We have an all-time high for this card was about $10.19 back in December of 2020. It has since tapered off a little bit. We're at $2.32. PSA 10 copies of this card, however, are about $230. 9 fives are almost 100. Nines, $23.75. I'm going to take some time to highlight our pop report feature as well. So if you click that feature below, you would get access to the PSA pop reports, and you get to see exactly how many of these cards exist and in what grade. This will give you some additional information when it comes to buying and selling and seeing if perhaps this card is worth grabbing or worth submitting yourself. I will say that, based on these charts, you're able to see the average grade of this card. So as you can see, 8s are the most graded copy, followed by the 9. You've got 7s over here. And if you scroll up again, we saw the price points for each of these, right? So you can use this information coupled with this information and this ungraded card over here and try to figure out, is it worth grading? Well, unless your card is in pristine copy, so 9, 5, or 10, grading this card will probably result in a net loss. Now, it's not all about money. So if this card does mean something to you, then go for it. Prices don't really matter. But it definitely is interesting to see, as well as use that information to figure out whether or not you should buy or sell. We're going to go into baseball. We got playoffs coming up very soon. However, we got Junior Camanero's Bowman Chrome prospect lighting up this list. Came out of nowhere. 72 cards sold in the last week. He was recently called up by the Tampa Bay Rays. He is part of the 2023 Bowman Chrome prospects. So the first call-up of these prospects, if I'm not mistaken, if I am, let me know in the comment section. This ungraded copy, its all-time high, was back in August for about $4.25. PSA 10 copies of this card are selling for about $53. 9 fives, $35. 9s, $19, my friends. Football. What the hell was that? Football. Deion Sanders continues to be very high on this list. His 1989 Pro Set, 52 of them have sold. They have lost a few in a row after making this video. So it's going to be very interesting to see where these prices go moving forward. I know there was a massive run up between June and now. As you can see, it was about $1.34. Now they're selling for about $4.02. So, I mean, well over 3 times. PSA 10 copies are going for about $140 right now. However, 9 fives are only $36. 9s are $30. 8s are $16, 7s are $7. So this is a card that, unless if you're grading it, it's highly unlikely you have a PSA 10. This card from 89. So it's going to be very interesting to track the volume of that card moving forward and the prices, because they've lost a few in a row. He's kind of faded out of the media a little bit. Now Taylor Swift seemingly taking over. So we'll see what happens. Next, we got hockey. We had preseason. Preseason has started. I'm excited. Bobby Sheehan, very high on this list. His 1971 O-Pee-Chee, the Golden Seals. Now we have the all-time high for this card, about $3.30. it is going up not exponentially, but it's going up considerably over the course of the last few months. PSA 10 copies are $302. Now, like I said before, this card is from 71, so the chances of you getting a PSA 10 copy very slim. As you can see, these 8s, and that would be a very good copy for a card that is 40 years old, 50 years old actually. It's about $21. 9s shoot all the way up to 200. 9.5s, $230. I love seeing vintage cards on this list. The fact that it's third in terms of hockey, I am a little bewildered by, but excited for this upcoming season. We'll see what happens. Next, we have racing on this list. Mercedes AMG Petronas F1 Sapphire. This is the emblem card, if I'm not mistaken. We'll dive into it though. 8 cards have sold. No, it's not an emblem card. This is a gorgeous looking card. This is Lewis Hamilton right here, drinking some champagne, the Sapphire Aqua version. This card is $41 in ungraded copies, 1 sale per day. We don't have a ton of volume for racing, but we have seen that there have been 8 sold in the last 7 days. So as I said previously, as this list continues to grow in terms of cards sold, I don't doubt that we're going to get a lot more information over the coming months and years. Next, we got soccer high on this list. 2022 Panini Chronicles seems to be popping off across the board. God knows why. Topscom Bundesliga is high on this list. Let's go into this Ronaldo. 2006 World Cup Germany. 7 of them have sold. The ungraded copy of this card has sold for as high as $283 back in May of 2022. That is wild. It's down to about $63.58. PSA 10 copies are about $1,000. 9.5s, 712. 9s are well over $200. Even the 8 has about $100 price tag to it. 7, $76. This is a card that if you can get a good copy in, I mean, it looks pretty nice. There are 127 10s, 328 9s. You're probably most likely to get an 8 at this 377 range. But as you can see, most of the ones that have graded have been either an 8 or a 9. So, I mean, at $60 raw, and the 8, if you grade this card through a value submission, I mean, you might actually be able to make some money here. So something to look out for sure. Also, it happens to be his first World Cup card. So another pretty interesting tidbit there. Tim, we've got UFC next on this list. Hasbulla continues to be the #1 person in terms of sales. That's because he's prevalent on social media and just in media in general. We've got Jessica Andrade, Panini Prism's UFC Signatures card. 3 of them have sold in the last 7 days. $3.25 for an auto. Not bad. Her all-time high for this card was about $5. It's come down a little bit. PSA 10 copies, $42.17. 9.5s, $28.72. 9s are $14.70. So it's not worth it to grade this card unless you know it's going to gem. In order for you to figure out how to gem cards, please continue to check out other cards in that set. Look at PSA 10 copies on eBay and what they look like in terms of centering, in terms of surface, in terms of edges, and in terms of corners. I mean, that's basically the best advice I can give you. Next, we've got our final filter of this list, wrestling. We got The Undertaker. His 2021 Topps Living WWE. 6 have sold for an ungraded price of $1. It's a beautiful looking card. It's a little homage to old school Undertaker here. This card sold for as high as $8 or $7.98 rather back in March, and it has tapered off considerably since then to about $1. PSA 10 copies, $90. 9.5s, $31.82. 9s, $18.25. Doesn't look like it's worth it to grade this card either, but that's okay. You grade stuff because you want to own it sometimes, and that I'm not discouraging you from doing that. Do your thing, my friends. All right. What we're also going to get into today is some basketball. Actually, we got into basketball wax last. Let's go into football wax. So in order for you to find that, you go to our main page over here, scroll down to football wax. We are going to check out what the blaster box prices are going for. So bada boom, bada bing. 2021 Panini Chronicles football, $20.59. What I want to check out is the 2020 stuff, because that stuff is that rookie class is loaded. So we can either scroll down or we can search it up, but we're going to scroll down for the purpose today. We're going to go into it. The 2020 Panini Prism football got as high as $155.51. That is for a blaster box. As you can see, they started about $67 back in January of 2021. Obviously, there are a lot of prominent names in this set. This is a set that if you bought and held, you'd probably be doing pretty well right now, to be honest. You've got Herbert, you've got Burrow, you've got Hurts. I'm trying to think of who else. I think JJ's in this set, Justin Jefferson, Tua, of course. So a lot of big names in this set. And you can now see the prices of your wax as well. You can just hit this into your collection, bada boom, bada bing, and then it'll actually track it over time as well. So, team, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the hottest sports cards of the week. Threw in some wax in there. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share this with a friend. Let us know what we can do better. Let us know what was your favorite card we featured today. And don't forget to have fun in this hobby. I know there's, a lot happens and it's kind of overwhelming, but the more information you have, follow the right people. And don't forget to lean into the things that make you feel most nostalgic and, most happy about this hobby. So, team, I love you guys. I want you to have a wonderful rest of the day. Coach Co and Sports Cards Pro are out of here. Peace.